Hi gems, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ambra here, and as you can see, fresh face, brows on. It's time for a foundation review. But not only a foundation review, we're actually going to be testing out quite a bit of other new products that I just recently got in the mail. So that way we can do kind of like a collective video of all these new products that have kind of hit the market and or you had never seen on my channel before. So if you're interested in what they are, keep watching. Alright, first things first, when I am reviewing a foundation product, I always do my brows, get that out of the way. It's just something that I like to do before I put on my foundation and or other products. And I'm a foundation before eye kind of gal. I was talking to my girlfriend Kendetta about this the other day, and she's like, how can you do your foundation first? And I'm not entirely too sure, other than it just brings me comfort. I know that my base is good to go. And if I run out of time, I just throw in some lashes and roll out the door. You know what I'm saying? If you start with the eyes first and you lose track of time and you gotta swiftly exit and your face ain't done, then you look a little crazy with these beat eyes and no foundation on your face. So that's just the order in which I like to go. To prime my skin today, this is not a new product, but in order for this foundation to do what I needed to do, I want to make sure that I'm setting myself up for success. And I'm going to go in with my Professional by Benefit, just in my T-zone area. As you know, I am an oily girl. All right, now that I have the primer on, I can start going with my foundation. But before I do that, I wanted to try something a little different today and put this Marc Jacobs Dew Drops underneath of my foundation, just to give me more of like a glow and a soft shimmer. However, not affect, that's not what I want to say. So before I put on my foundation, I want to try something a little bit different, something that I don't do on a normal everyday occurrence. And I'm going to put these Marc Jacobs Dew Drops underneath my foundation, since if you haven't guessed, I'm going to be using the new Shameless foundation by Marc Jacobs, the Shameful Youthful Look foundation. We're going to talk about that a little bit later once I apply the foundation. But a couple of these drops just to create some kind of like glow from within feels on the skin. So now that you have your Wakanda glow set in place, you're now ready to put your foundation. And today we're going to be using the Marc Jacobs Shameless Youthful Look Foundation. You guys have probably seen this all over social media, and I obviously had to get my hands on it, and you know me. Before I invest in a full price foundation, $46 I may add, I like to get some testers, so I grabbed a couple shades when I was visiting my local Sephora. But before I apply it, I like to tell you a little bit about the product. And I'm just looking at my computer screen here. Have it all with Shameless Youthful Look 24-hour foundation inspired by Marc's very own shameless attitude. This foundation is clinically tested for 24-hour long wear and contains a first-to-market technology that encapsulates the SPF in pigment. This innovation makes the SPF visibly undetectable, so that's really good for any flashbacks if you're at an event and there's high bulb action happening. Resulting in no flashback in photos and no ashy gray undertone. So that's really exciting. There are a breadth of shades here. I want to say about 29 shades. Today we're going to be testing out what my local Sephora has. So we'll see. You can get yellow toned foundations or red tone. And I lean more on the red because I feel like yellow kind of washes me out and gives me, I'm not going to lie, like death becomes her. So the two shades that I have in front of me now is R530 and R530 and R550. And looking at the shades online, they don't have names. It is all by numerical reference. So what I'm going to do, they're both in the deep tones as well, and there are quite a bit to choose from. What I'm going to do is apply both on my cheek and then just make, you know, an executive decision on what I'm going to use all over the face. So first things first, I'm going to try R530. Ooh, she red. So that is R530. right? And I think what's important is to kind of blend it out, because naturally I'd be drawn to 550, but because of that red undertone, ugh, you don't want to look oompa loompa-ish. And then 530 is like an absolute girl bye, right? Let's see, let's check her out. Not really. In my opinion, I probably, as you can see, I feel like the 530 is closer to my skin tone. So what I'm gonna do to make me feel comfortable all around, I'm gonna do 530 in the center of my face and 550 on the perimeter. Because really it's more about just seeing how the foundation looks, because I didn't have all of the deep shades in Sephora at this time. So I just kind of grabbed what they had available for me to test. Again, another really economic approach to buying a new foundation. Testers. So as I said, I'm gonna take 530 in the center of my face. And I'm just using my Juvia's Place foundation brush. I actually really enjoy this brush. And I'm quite proud of myself because I actually washed, I mean, this should be standard data, but I washed my everyday brushes. And y'all can judge me if y'all want. I know there's several people out there like myself. We ain't washing our brushes every day. And then on the exterior, I'm gonna take R550 around the perimeter of my face. So I ain't out here like completely looking cray cray. Thanks, Lola. Then I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and blend this all out. All right, Jem, so that's the first round. It's definitely medium. I can see a lot of my imperfections. I am loving how my skin looks a little radiant. But as far as the finish, it does say that it's oil-free and weightless, buildable medium coverage, blends seamlessly. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and apply another coat, but definitely blending those two shades together kind of gave me my perfect match. If I look at my neck and the lower portion of my chin, I am happy with it. I could afford more blending. So when I put on my second coat, it should all come together. All right, so that blended out really nicely. I highly suggest a second coat. It gave me the full coverage that I'm looking for, and I do feel like my skin looks rather flawless. So next up, we're gonna highlight and contour, and I don't have new products for my highlight or contour. So I'm just gonna speed through this so that you know what I'm using. I'm using my Maybelline Instant Rewind in Hazelnut and Tan, and then I'm gonna be contouring with my Anastasia Beverly Hills stick in the shade Earth. And go. All right, now that I have applied my highlighter and contour, I just set using my Sacha Buttercup setting powder underneath my eyes and everywhere that I applied my highlighter, and then I set my contour with my Ebony Bronzer by CoverGirl. So those are not new products, so I went on ahead and did that off camera. As you guys have seen me in my normal full face routine, nothing's changing there. So far as blush, my girlfriend Yuri sent me these, and I haven't tried this color yet, so it's gonna be new for me. It's by Bare Minerals in the shade On the Mauve. So I'm really excited to see what she look like on my face. I'm just gonna use my, where are you? Where are you? I'm gonna use my Lisa Frank side angle brush that I tend to use a lot for blushes. And I like to apply my blush just above my contour. It was like just a faint, pretty, like rosy pink, which, as you know, women of color or deeper skin tones, the brighter the blush, the best on your skin, if that makes any sense. So if you see something like super vibrant orange or hot pinks, like those are gonna look really, really beautiful on your skin. Yes, thank you, Yuri. That's pretty. For highlight, Yuri also sent me this, and this is a first for me. Makeup Forever Artist Face Color. This is in the shade H312. It is by far the most stunning highlight I have seen in quite some time. I got so excited, my fingernail got a little smushed in there. So I'm gonna get my favorite highlighting brush. She's clean and ready to bling. This is by BH Cosmetics, the 101 brush, and I'm sure it's probably less than $10. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply this on the highest points of my cheek. Oh Jesus, oh Lord. Just gonna come through like that. That's what I love most about this brush. I don't know if it's the technique in which I like to use, which is the circular motions when applying my highlighter. I find that it's less abrasive, but it just allows highlighters to kind of blend into the skin. And then with the quality like Makeup Forever, I mean, ma'am, do you expect anything less? That is absolutely, oh yes, beautiful. And it's so complimentary to the blush that I just put on. So let's jump up to the eyes, you guys. I'm really excited about this palette. If you guys follow me on my Insta stories, which you should, because I swear, you know, I like to cut up a little bit. You know that Dose of Colors sent me the most generous PR packet of all their goodies, and they took into consideration that I was a melanin girl, so they only sent me things that they know would work for my complexion, which I can appreciate because one, yes, I can do giveaways, but let's just be honest, we know who the majority of my audience is. I can't be giving y'all things that I myself can't even use, right? Just a thought. So they sent me the Hidden Treasures palette, which immediately sold out when it launched, and I've been eyeballing it for quite some time, so I'm so excited to get it. It just has very beautiful colors, neutrals, golds, things that are just gonna, you know, make magic on this skin. So I'm gonna go into this palette. I'm gonna grab my E27 from Morphe, and I'm going to see what Locket looks like on the lid, which is this shade right here. It's primarily my skin tone, but you know I like to put a eyeshadow that's very similar to my skin tone because it allows all the other shadows to move around the cabin comfortably. Exactly what I expected. Oh yeah, definitely a really, ooh. Yeah, definitely a really nice initial color to kind of set any wet products and really smooth out any discoloration on the lid so that you can apply your next shades relatively seamlessly. So after I apply Locket, as you can see, there aren't any transition shades that I would gravitate towards that will work on my skin tone, like a burnt orange, like a, you know, more like a reddish brown. I just feel like it kind of frames up most looks that I do. So for that, I'm gonna grab my Huda Beauty Warm Browns Obsession palette, you guys. I just grabbed this the other day when I went to Sephora, and I even like chuckled because it's like, do I need another warms palette? Said what girl ever. I'm gonna go in with this top shade. They are not named, which is okay with me. I'm gonna go in with this top shade here, which is gonna give me that transition shade that I really am looking for. And I think I'm gonna mix it with this one at the bottom so that it's not too vibrant on the lid. And honestly, me putting down Locket from the Dose of Colors palette really allows this shade to blend out really smooth. Like there's no patchiness because I've kind of put down the groundwork to blow this out. I don't know if you guys know this, I will be in LA the last weekend of March for Generation Beauty. So if you guys see me, I swear to goodness, if you comment and say, oh my God, I saw you, but I didn't want to approach you, I don't even know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna be pissed. Y'all know me, I'm just regular old schmegler. Y'all better step up to me and be like, Ambra, y'all better, I swear. I'm gonna be so pissed. Mark my words. If I see y'all staring, but y'all look like y'all hesitant, I'm gonna walk up on you, cause she ain't shy. So I really like that. So I'm gonna go back into my Dose of Colors Hidden Treasure palette, and I'm gonna get a, oh, wrong brush, child. I'm gonna dip into Key, which is our quintessential chocolate brown. And I'm gonna pack this in my outer corner and then blend it up into the Huda Beauty Warm Tone palette. I don't know if you guys know that Dose of Color is now being sold in Ulta. If you guys follow them on Instagram. So they're gonna be more obtainable. You guys can get your hands on them if you're in a major city, I presume. Yep, that's beautiful. Next, I'm gonna go on with a new product as well. This is by Dose of Colors, the Ideal Duo. I just got that. So I'm gonna use the shade Maple. Essentially you get a base shade on top. Sorry if the light is too bright. You get a base shade on top and then you get the pigment at the bottom. But it's so pretty because it reminds me a lot of this highlight that I'm using. So we're definitely headed in the right direction. And I'm using my Dose of Colors concealer brush to lay down this base. And it has a little mirror. These are so travel friendly. Oh boy, she's cute. Oh yeah, And essentially you guys see me do this a lot with concealers, so it's really nice to see this in a pigment. Holy mackerel. And I'm gonna dip into Onyx, which is the black shade. Can you guys see that? Yeah, the black shade here. Packing it on my 217 brush, and I'm just gonna build out this. Like, I'm really inspired by my head wrap, apparently. And I'm gonna mix in a little bit of key to kind of tone down. I know this is not a new product, but if you guys are interested in seeing how I do a wing liner, keep watching. Too easy, cheap. For mascara on my top lashes, I'm gonna go with my Maybelline Total Temptation. Don't think I've used this on the channel yet. I probably tried it one time, but not on the channel for you guys to see. So now that I've done my right eye, I'm gonna do my left eye off camera, jump back on, get a lip action going, and talk about all the products that we just used. I'm back. So for my lower lashes, I'm using the new Bad Gal Bang by Benefit. I'm not using the Maybelline Total Temptation because I just feel like the brush is too big for my little itty bitties. And I feel like this brush really grabs my hairs, and I can significantly see the difference. So for my lips, one thing that will never change is that I always use my MAC Chestnut Liner in preparation of most nude shades. And then for the lip, I'm going in with two new colors to me from Dose of Colors. I'm gonna be using their liquid lipstick in Knock on Wood, and then I'm gonna top it with a gloss, Honey I'm Home. So they're really beautiful components. I think that's so dope. I'm a fan of their liquid lipsticks. It's really pretty. And then I put the gloss right in the center. Oh my God, they're so pigmented. They smell really good too. And I'm gonna set my face with, this is not new in any way, but it works. It's the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. All right, Dim, so this is the final look. Let's just talk about all the products. Standout is this lip. Ma'am, this is really pretty. So this is, again, the Dose of Colors Knock on Wood. And then I have the Honey I'm Home gloss over top with my chestnut liner. That's pretty. She's kind of cute. Let's get into this foundation. $46 for 1 ounce of product when I know that I have to mix 2 shades. That's gonna be a no for me. It is beautiful. Its finish is flawless. I love that I am still matte. As I was really interrupted by my dead battery, I had to change that out really quickly. The foundation is beautiful. It does make me feel like there's a flawless finish to it. I feel like it attests to medium to buildable coverage. But 530 and 550, those are the shades next to each other. So there's nothing in between. So for me, I did have to mix. I went light in the center, perimeter darker, but I just feel like had I done just one shade, I would have appeared flat, and this gave me more comfort to matching my neck so that everything looked seamless. So, I mean, right there, that's about a little under $100 investment for one foundation. So do you need it? No. If you're just into trying out new foundations and you can find a perfect match for you, it is a beautiful product. It is much better than that other crap that came out about a year and a half ago that had that horrible gray undertone. I will test this out to see if it is the claim to fame with no flashback, but I love that it has an SPF component because that's just so important regardless of whatever your skin tone is. So, I mean, you guys let me know. I love when you sound off in my comments below. It's a beautiful foundation. I am happy with the application. It's definitely a contender, but for my skin tone, I'm just not gonna buy two to get one in state when I have other foundations that are gonna give me exactly the same type of tease for half the price because I only need one jar. Next, I absolutely enjoyed the Huda Beauty palette. I only used 2 of the shades with creating this look, but they were heavily pigmented. I love that it's small. I love that it's quaint. It's travel friendly. So I'm really happy that I was able to pick that up and really test that out. Dose of Colors, by far, this palette is stunning. These Ideal Duos, sick. Like, look at that finish, giving you that sheen. I love that it's a 2-for-1 again, so that's going to be really great for traveling. If you know that you may have only one night that you need to hit the town, this is going to give you the prep and the steps to achieve a very glam ass look. So I enjoyed those heavily. Breakout Star, this highlighter, I knew that I would love it. I'm so blessed to have friends who see the beauty in a product and say, oh, I need to give this to my girl. So thank you again, Yuri, for this. I have been messing with it and applying it, and it's definitely gonna rotate into my everyday routine. That was beautiful. This is the first time that I used the Marc Jacobs Do You Dewdrops on my channel. I got this some time ago, I think through Influencer or Octoly. I can't really remember. It's been that long. It's probably been a year. What's the shelf life on this sucker? I don't even know. But underneath the foundation, I feel like it did really well. It's definitely contributing to it not being so stiff and so matte. I love the, you know, long wear. Once I start to wear it a little bit longer, I think that's gonna peek through even more. I love these lashes, you guys. Make sure you check the description bar below. They are absolutely stunning. What else did we use today that's new? Oh, this Bare Minerals, honey. Even though Bare Minerals was on my list for that foundation that came out looking super gray, I ain't never really talked about that on my channel, but I definitely talked about it on my social media platforms because that was a hot mess. I returned that Clove, I think was the shade I got, back with the quickness. But these blushes are absolutely beautiful. I wear You Have Me at Merlot just about every single day. So mauve is a bit lighter, but it's faint and it's just beautiful. I really enjoyed this. I love trying out new products with you guys. That way I can kind of shove in a lot of things at once instead of one dedicated video for each of these products. But like I mentioned below, sound off in the comments if you like videos like this in this kind of format. Definitely like and share. And if you haven't already, you need to be subscribed. Like, at the end of the day, that needs to happen. If you feel what I'm putting down. So until our next video, gems, mwah, bye.